Easy! Get up! You watch your pros and you think, man, it looks so easy, I can do that. But then when you get out there and try to do it and go fast, you find out that it's a lot harder than it looks. So that's what I'm here for, to teach you guys the best way to do this stuff. We're going to cover jumping here in a whole little series. This first clips about jumping is going to be on the basic jumping techniques, so you know what you're up against out there and how to do it and master these things. And then we're going to cover launching it too. So we're going to get the basics down, and then I'm going to show you one of the 6 motocross jumping techniques. And this first one is called launching it. So sit back, pay attention, take some notes, remember this stuff, get out there and practice it, man. You got to understand it, be able to do it correctly, and then do it correctly through repetition. It's that simple. But know what you're doing. So here we go with the basic jumping techniques. Okay, before we get started out on the track, let me just explain a few things in a stationary position for you about jumping. You want to look ahead and see your takeoff point early, so you line up and you're ready for it with your timing. And the main thing about the jump you have to key into is the compression and rebound, and especially the rebound where the bike actually leaves the ground. And the way you control your jump is 2 things: throttle control and body movement. Those 2 things work together, and they have to be timed with the compression and rebound. So as you go off the jump, you're going to feel that compression, and you want to feel that in your legs. And pretty close, right after that compression, you're going to feel the rebound, and you want to feel that with your legs. And through that compression and rebound, you have this little bit of body movement. If you do everything right, it's usually just a little bit. Or sometimes it might be a lot, depending on the jump and how hard you hit it. And you have your throttle control. So if you go off of a jump and the front end starts getting up too high, you had your weight back too far on the rebound, and maybe you use too much throttle off the jump. That's going to cause your front end to be too high. On the other hand, of course, if you have your body too far forward on the rebound and off the throttle, this is going to cause the front end to drop. So what you do with the throttle and your body movements upon that compression and rebound is going to give you the control that you need. So if you hit the jump a little bit off balance or whatever and get a little bit sideways because of a rut, then you could be side to side in the air too, which we'll cover that a little more in detail later. But for right now, it's best to understand this attitude of the bike, front end high or low. Of course, there could be a kicker on the jump or something that could also cause your front end to drop, but you have to compensate for all that. Key into that compression rebound. You don't have to push down or lift up on the handlebars. You should do it all in your legs. Feel the compression and rebound in your legs. And use the handlebars to change and move your body position. A lot of times you're nudging back on the bars because if you just go off a jump and don't do anything, the front end's going to be in the air as the back end rebounds off the jump, and this is what causes the front end to drop. So most of the time, just a basic jumping technique, you're going to give a little blip of the throttle and a little nudge back on it. So these are your basic jumping techniques. We'll cover a lot more in upcoming segments. So let's get out on the track and see how all this stuff works out there. Okay, let's start breaking it down for you in action here. Coming off the jump, this is just